climate change and social inequality. Climate change is one of the biggest challenges facing humanity today, but its effects are not felt equally by everyone. Some people, communities, and countries suffer far more than others. The relationship between climate change and social inequality shows how environmental problems are deeply connected to issues of power, wealth, and justice. In simple terms, those who contribute the least to global warming are often the ones who face its worst consequences. Climate change refers to the long-term changes in the Earth's temperature and weather patterns caused by human activities such as burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, and polluting the air and water. These actions release large amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, trapping heat and making the planet warmer. The results include melting ice caps, rising sea levels, heat waves, droughts, floods, and unpredictable weather. While these problems affect the whole world, they do not affect everyone in the same way. Wealthy countries in the global north, such as the United States, Canada, and those in Europe, have been industrialized for centuries. Their factories, transportation systems, and consumption habits have produced the majority of greenhouse gas emissions that cause climate change. On the other hand, poorer countries in the global south, such as those in Africa, South Asia, and Latin America, have contributed very little to global emissions but are often the most vulnerable to the damage caused by climate change. For example, rising sea levels threaten small island nations, while droughts and floods destroy crops and livelihoods in countries that depend heavily on agriculture. This situation creates what sociologists call climate injustice. It means that those who are least responsible for the problem are forced to pay the highest price. For instance, when a powerful storm hits a poor country, it can destroy homes, schools, and hospitals, leaving people with no resources to rebuild. In wealthier countries, stronger infrastructure and emergency systems help reduce the damage. This difference shows how inequality shapes the impact of climate change. Social inequality also exists within countries. Poor communities, minorities, and marginalized groups are more likely to live in areas that are exposed to pollution, floods, or heat waves. They may not have access to clean water, air conditioning, or healthcare to protect themselves. In many cases, they work in jobs that depend on natural conditions, such as farming, fishing, or construction, which are directly affected by changes in the climate. When a drought or flood occurs, these workers lose their income, while wealthier people can relocate or recover more easily. Gender inequality adds another layer to the problem. Women, especially in developing countries, are often responsible for collecting water, growing food, and caring for families. When climate change causes water shortages or crop failures, their workload increases, and their health and safety are put at risk. At the same time, women are often excluded from decision-making processes related to climate policies. Their knowledge and experiences are ignored, even though they are among the most affected. Climate change also leads to what is known as climate migration. As natural disasters and rising sea levels make some regions uninhabitable, people are forced to leave their homes in search of safer places. These climate refugees often face discrimination, unemployment, and lack of legal protection in their new communities. This can lead to social tension and political instability, showing again how environmental and social issues are interconnected. In addition to physical harm, climate change also creates psychological and emotional stress. People living in constant fear of losing their homes, crops, or loved ones suffer from anxiety and hopelessness. For the poor, who already struggle with everyday survival, these additional pressures make life even harder. The global response to climate change has often been criticized for being unequal. International agreements, such as the Paris Climate Accord, encourage countries to reduce emissions and support adaptation. However, rich countries have not always kept their promises to help poorer nations financially or technologically. Many developing countries lack the resources to switch to renewable energy or to build protection against floods and storms. As a result, the gap between rich and poor countries continues to grow even in the fight against climate change. Sociologists and environmental activists argue that solving climate change requires addressing inequality at the same time. It is not enough to focus only on reducing emissions, the solutions must also be fair and inclusive. This idea is known as climate justice. It calls for recognizing the rights of vulnerable communities, compensating them for damages, and ensuring that everyone has a voice in environmental decisions. Climate justice means that a factory owner and a poor farmer should not be treated equally when it comes to responsibility for pollution. Those who have gained wealth through industrialization should help those who have suffered because of it. Local communities, especially in developing countries, have shown great creativity in adapting to climate change. Farmers are developing new techniques to grow crops in dry conditions, and small villages are using solar power for energy. Non-governmental organizations and activists are helping to raise awareness and promote sustainable lifestyles. These efforts show that people are not helpless victims, they are active participants in creating solutions. However, they need support from governments and international institutions to make these efforts sustainable and fair. Education and awareness are also key to reducing both climate change and inequality. When people understand how their daily actions affect the planet, they are more likely to make responsible choices. Similarly, when young people learn about sustainability, they can become leaders who promote justice and protect the environment for future generations. In conclusion, climate change and social inequality are deeply linked. Environmental problems cannot be solved without addressing social injustice, and social progress cannot last without a healthy environment. Climate change reminds us that humanity shares one planet, but not everyone shares its benefits or its burdens equally. To build a fair and sustainable future, we must ensure that the fight against climate change includes everyone, especially those who have been left behind. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about how society and environment are connected, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps spread awareness about important global issues and encourages others to take action for equality, justice, and a better world for all.